Hello and welcome to another episode of TPK, the show so named so that if I do accidentally kill all of my players, I can just call it branding. Welcome to The Player's Keep.
Which it almost was last time.
It almost was, and we will get to that in just a moment. But first, let me introduce you to those players now. We have Dewi Gray.
Hi.
Hello.
Pete Austin.
Hello.
Ben Fenner.
That's better.
Hello.
Kendall Boardman.
Slightly, hopefully more sane today.
I have absolutely no bets on that happening.
We've been
but
trying
here we
that
are.
for 26, 27 years. How old are you? I don't know.
Hey, there's a first time for everything.
39 years.
For now, I am the one and only Jack Fletcher, but as we know, that can all change. With that being said, let us not keep the players waiting. Let us not keep you waiting. It is time to enter The Player's Keep. In the last chapter of our story, the party, known as the Dawntakers, were escorting Alzeva and Barbara Wimblenemble up towards the Wanahl range. Unfortunately, it was less than half a day's travel before you were set upon by a screech of bile-throated wyverns, a subspecies that possess the ability to paralyze their victims and dissolve them with a caustic expulsion from their throats. You're welcome. It was an arduous battle, and many of you almost did not survive it. However, by working together, you all survived. Just. However, unfortunately, Nakani was paralyzed and abducted by these wyverns, and Mothyu flew off to try and save her. We pick up now in the moments just after the battle has ended, and you can all see the very last wyvern fleeing, heading out to the west, leaving you to gather yourselves. So in this moment, what would you like to do?
Yeah, you better run! Siggy's just going to stand up, dust himself off a little bit.
You look around and you can see that there is the fallen carcass of one of the wyverns that you managed to slay. The rest of the wyverns had either the capacity or the fear to flee from this particular spot on the road.
I'm going to go over to...
Oh, go on. You go first.
I'm going to go over to Cricket and be like, can I borrow your dagger, please?
I think catatonically hears the words, but just, yeah.
Thank you. And I'm going to go over to one of the nearest wyverns and start harvesting some hide.
Okay.
No sense in letting it go to waste.
If you could please give me a give me a survival check. This is just skinning a creature, and even a creature that you're not familiar with, I will say is happy enough to
8.
An 8.
Oh no.
Not great.
You manage to get 3
Chop it down.
small scraps of hide, and when I say small, they are about like an A4 page. So unfortunately, you're not going to be able to make any wyvern hide armor anytime soon.
That's alright.
But you manage to get 3 scraps of hide and half a dozen wyvern scales.
Cool.
But unfortunately, with an 8, that's all you get.
I think Tony's still. She kind of sits up slowly from being lay on the floor. And I think in her mind, the image of Cassie is kind of still there. And like, she hasn't thought about that in a very long time. So that's kind of shaken her as well as everything else that she's just experienced. And she just sits there in a little bit of a daze for a minute. and then she like looks around her, everything. Where are you? Are you near her?
I think whilst there's that initial distraction, I'm just going to pull out a cloak. I'm just going to wrap myself in it.
Absolutely.
Even
you
though
can do so.
even though things are fading.
No, for sure.
I'm just going to wrap myself in it. Maybe just stare at Cricket.
And you can, Tony, you can see Willow is just swaddling themselves in a cloak, not 10, 15 feet away, and their focus is on Cricket at the minute.
Okay.
But then you'll set up, like, are you okay?
She's just gonna hug you so tight.
Okay. All right. All right. All right. Are you okay? You okay?
I'm good. I hold up the scraps and just like wipe off the blade, flip it over, hand it back to Cricket. All in the day's work.
Yeah. Sure.
May I? Weird question, but may I make a deception check?
Yes, absolutely.
I think. Do you want to roll insight?
No.
I think
What was the role of deception?
basically Siggy's what he says maybe doesn't correlate to what his face is.
What was the actual role?
Oh, sorry, 13.
A 13.
So you would
You
know
guard
it.
yourself.
Yeah.
You guard yourself well enough to anyone who is not specifically looking to see if you are lying. So for all intents and purposes, everyone else regards you as fine. But there is that flicker that is just behind this well-practiced mask. And it doesn't happen a lot. And it's not happened in a long time, but you do feel it.
Cricket,
Yeah.
you okay? Stupid question. You with us?
Yeah. Yeah, that was a little bit more touch and go than I would have liked.
Mm-hmm.
Tony's just still clinging, like just still hugging you.
Yeah.
You hear footsteps.
Straight. Fucking.
It's just us. It's just us.
You both all right?
We're okay, thanks to you. Are you all right?
I don't think so, no, but we will be.
Where's Nakani and Morty? Where are they? Did they go? Are they?
Oh fuck.
Oh, fuck. That way.
Do we need to go after them? Where? They could be anywhere right now.
We could. We're in no fit state, clearly, at the moment. Who knows how long?
I mean, I can.
Nakani wasn't looking good. I couldn't get to her.
They could be dead for all we know.
I mean, I can try something. I can try, like contacting them. Maybe I've not done it before, but I can try to see if I can.
I think that may be wise, just to get the measure.
What do you mean?
There's like a spell that I kind of know of. I've not done it though. I can try and get a message to them.
Okay, well, yeah. What do you need? Do you need anything from me?
And
Do we need to be like an antenna?
no. Do it again. No. I think I can. Should I do it? Should I do it now?
Yeah,
Or should I try?
Sure,
We need
unless-
to check if they're alive or not.
Okay.
You send a message? Is that too far away?
It's too far. They're too far. They're gone.
Okay.
Too far gone.
Okay. So Tony is gonna cast sending for the first time.
Ooh. I gotta love sending.
I've been waiting for this moment.
Yes, finally.
I've never had sending before. I'm
you not?
so excited.
I'm really nervous because I don't think I've ever DM'd someone with sending. So this is gonna keep me on my toes.
I can do.
Okay.
What is it, 25?
25.
I feel like I can't do this.
Okay, I'll try. So she's gonna she's still sat on the floor.
Calm down, we'll go together, we'll see if it gets
She's still sat on the floor and she's just gonna take a bit of a deep breath and kind of just try and center herself, like going like she does when she casts Tiny Hut. And then she'll speak out loud.
You got this.
Don't have to use all the words, remember?
Tony will do what Tony does.
Hi.
I think if anyone's not going to use 25 words,
Yeah,
it's
so.
Tony.
Yeah.
You good?
Why apostrophe?
Why
all I
or
want is-
right?
Yeah,
All
yeah.
right.
When I was thinking about this, if Tony said to Timothy, all it was going to be, you good? I'm fine. That's it. That's all that's going to happen. Okay. Hi, Matthew. Hope you're well.
You saying this out loud? Okay.
What is this office email bullshit?
I hope this correspondence finds you in good health.
You're sincerely ill.
Oh god.
Are you alive? Where are you? Is Nakani okay? That was a close one. Bye.
Okay. You send out this.
And then he just says, I don't know, that's the first time.
I will say that you can cut that message off whenever you like. So the end of the message,
I don't know if that worked.
maybe the first one without any practice, so
Yeah.
he gets the end of it.
So from our perspective, we see her clutch her holy symbol and then do that.
Uh-huh. Yep. Oh, I'm a little busy at the moment. That's it.
He replied,
Okay,
so he's alive.
He's alive, alright.
He said he's a little busy at the moment.
Well, if he's alive and the Connie is hopefully okay, then they should be able to take care of themselves. There were only two.
I mean, he sounds like he's fighting or...
I mean, he's probably very happy, to be
He...
honest.
See him scream when they came, he was very happy.
Well, maybe... I hate to leave them alone, but we do have charges that we have agreed to escort, and so...
I didn't want to overstep our mark, but the thought of you abandoning us, as much as they are your friends, we're not equipped for off-road travel, nor are we equipped to face such beasts. I can't stress enough how thankful we are that we had you with us.
He's gonna like kneel down and be like, we're not going to abandon you, good sir.
That was Barbara.
Ziggy!
Good, mistress. Good lady. Not going to abandon. Gift of gab. Fuck it. No, I have no spell slots.
Did you just say gift of gab?
Yeah. I just say the words gift of gab.
Say gift of gab.
He hit his head.
What's gift of gab? Her name is Barbara!
I was trying to do something sincere.
No,
Okay.
carry on.
We're not going to abandon you, good lady, and I am glad you are safe.
We are, thank you. Truly. You handled yourselves so very well. There were so many of them.
I don't
Yeah,
know
that
about
was-
that. Well, there was one or two moments where we maybe weren't handling ourselves so well. Did you know this kind of stuff was going to be out here?
The wilds of Alzada steps forward.
Thank you.
The wilds of Ilthanzir, as I'm sure you know, is a very, very dangerous place. We can't predict what's going to come across our path. We couldn't tell you that those creatures were going to set upon us today, but the reason we requested your help is because we know that off the beaten trail things get a lot more arduous. It's not... We travel as merchants from city to city, and we've seen our fair share, and we stick to the roads most traveled because they are, although longer, they're safer. And this is testament to that. We It won't be the last thing that we see on this journey, I'm sure, but as to what is round the corner, I couldn't say.
Is it safe to carry on this way?
I don't know, but if we're gonna go, we need to go slower. Or we need to go more cautiously because I can't do that every day.
Well, we can rest here for as long as you need.
About what time of day is it?
It's still roughly
Midday.
midday.
Yeah, okay. I mean, we need to take a long rest.
I will
but-
say while this is happening, Tony's kind of clocked out, but she's started casting Prayer of Healing at 2nd level. Just as this is going on.
Perfect.
Oh, I have a thing you can do.
If you are taking a short rest, you have your Song of Rest, which means that people can roll extra dice.
I will say I don't think we should stay near corpses.
No, yeah,
If
this
we-
is going
if
to attract.
This is a free food for
out
everyone,
there's-
so we probably need to get out of here.
I would agree with you, Willow.
Do you want, what are you? What's the tea with you?
What do you mean?
You're there. What happens with?
You will get
Help.
67 points.
15
Ooh, very good.
Does that mess with the
No.
points of
No,
healing.
temporary hit points
how long does
stay
that take?
as your temporary
10
hit points
okay.
unless you lose them or get granted new temporary
So that would have
hit
just
points.
been 10 minutes after she did sending, just while that conversation was happening. She's just taking 10 minutes
So
to just...
so during that, all right. So we've got 10 minutes. Let's just grab our stuff, get ourselves organised.
Are we in a... What was this? Where are we? What does it look like?
So you are on what is more of a dirt path than a well-travelled road, and you are a ways away from the river, but you can still hear the river, and this pathway almost mirrors the sort of pathway of the river coming down from the Wanahl range.
Okay, is it kind of like an open space, or is
In
there...
the immediate vicinity, it is more of an open space. Yes, there is no shelter to be seen in the immediate vicinity. You can probably guess this is why you were picked off by these wyverns, because they had the capacity to come down and assault you whilst you were in the open.
Does it look like anything has been alerted to us by the big,
You can make me a perception check
the
if you
big
like.
scrap? Yes. In the dark.
In the tree?
Oh, 22!
A 22. You take a good look around and you take a pointed look up at the sky. You can't see anything in the immediate vicinity.
Maybe we set off and. I mean, Matthew always likes to find some sort of shelter of some
We need
sort.
shelter. Yeah.
At least maybe some like covering of trees,
I agree.
and then we can rest there. We may take a long. If that's all right, we might take a longer rest as soon as we found.
I will say that seeing as
To
it's been...
Alzaba.
Yeah, and Alzaba will give you the answer in a moment. You will not be able to take a long rest now, because it's barely been
No,
half
I know.
a day.
Yeah, that's fine.
Short rests and stuff you can. Alzaba turns to you and says, you can rest as much as you like. We will go at your pace, as we said. I'm more than happy for you to regain your strength as much as possible. If it means that you are better equipped to protect us, we can go as slow or as quickly as you deem necessary. You are the experts in this sort of a journey. So by all means, please, we just want to get there safely.
It's fine. I don't know how long it's going to take for us to find something suitable, so we probably should
Well, let's pack up.
get going.
Let's set a fair pace, and as soon as we find somewhere more sheltered than this, we rest.
Okay.
Tony, can you do those messages whenever you want?
I'm very tired right now. There's one more that I can maybe do, but I'm scared that I might need that to
No, we'll
bring you back to life.
Save that, but I don't know. Maybe in a little while we try and speak to them again, see if they're doing okay.
Yeah, I think
don't
if we
like
find
some-
somewhere before bed, I can maybe try again.
Yeah, I just don't like the thought of going in the opposite direction.
They will be fine. They are more experienced than us.
Yeah, and I thought we were fine.
Well, not without them apparently, but they can handle themselves. We'll meet up with them in the next town. Hopefully,
Well,
we can regroup.
yeah, we'll see what they say.
I'm gonna go and try and collect up the horses.
Yes.
Yeah,
make
horsey.
me an animal handling check.
Oh, okay. Guidance.
Yeah, I'm so tapped spell-wise.
No, I know you're that. Greg is like, do more, make more magic.
An 18. It only takes you 10, 15 minutes to go and gather up the horses, calm them down, bring them back to their owners, and you all wait huddled together as one by one you collect your rides, and before long you are all gathered onto the path, ready to
Whilst
set
they're
off.
doing that,
by
did
all
you say we're
means.
by the river?
You're a little ways away from the river, but you can try and go over there.
Yeah, I'm gonna head over to it.
Okay, at this point you can see that the river is cutting sort of down into the ground, and there is about a 15-foot drop down towards this rushing torrent of water.
Cool, bye. Can't get to the water then.
You can't get to the water at this particular point, unfortunately.
Alright. I'll walk back to the group. Actually, no, whilst I'm there, I was just going to wash my face, but I'll just...
Bloody hell.
That's a terrible, terrible squid.
Anybody
Not in a
else hear
haunted
that
house.
seagull?
Draw your weapons!
Seagull with like a Britney mic
What
and
the?
a
The
reverb.
Wyverns are back!
I'll just take the cloak off, and I'm just gonna check my arm,
How far down do you check?
just to the glove.
Can't see anything.
Cool. Right. All right. And I'll run back.
Cool, wonderful stuff. Does anybody do anything else in preparation for you setting off once more?
I am just constantly looking around.
Perfect. And I will say that you are just making that standard perception check as you go.
Tony is the opposite. She's just like so in her own head right now. But yeah.
Flick the reins of your horses and they trot up the path towards the Wanahl range.
Is there anything to be said for losing the speed and gaining guile?
I would
if we
say
take
if
it
you
slower.
want to go at a slow pace, absolutely. And your perception checks will be of a lower DC because you are able to take more time to look and ascertain if there are dangers up ahead.
I don't know, are we happy going slower and making sure we ain't getting followed? I have nothing left in the tank.
Yeah, we can go as slow
Yeah.
as you like.
Mm-hmm.
Let's find a good spot. Take it slow today. I'll head to the front.
Perfect. On that,
Clip, clop.
can I get a marching order, please?
Oh,
I think I'll go just behind Willow.
Just behind. So Willow, Siggy.
guess then me.
Okay.
Okay.
Would you be at the back or would you not be at the back?
I
Tony isn't.
I wouldn't be at the back, but as long as we've got the old Wimblenambles in between us.
So you want to go. So it will be Willow, Siggy, Tony, the Wimblenambles. Sounds like a kid show. And then Cricket
You did.
is what I've got so far.
No, I think I'm shiting myself a wee bit. Can I put myself in between Tony and the Wimblenambles?
Absolutely.
Yeah, fuck him.
Unless we
We
form
need some collateral damage.
Stick him
here.
up the
Maybe
back.
to the back.
Yeah, we could maybe form a diamond, like.
It's you can position yourselves on this open dirt track. You can position yourselves however you'd like.
You've got a nice rear. Do you want to hold up the rear?
Thank you, Willow. It's true. I will. And I'll make my way.
But
Okay.
before you go, I'll just tap another cure wounds on you
On
because
the
we've
butt?
not on the butt. Just because you've not. Oh well.
Thank you.
That is +5, so that is 12.
Ooh, lovely. Thank you very much. Thank you. I feel much better.
So I've got
Tighten the
Willow,
buttons.
Tony, Cricket, the cart, and then Sigismund.
I'll be.
Fantastic stuff. Thank you very much. And you head on off. Ahead of you on the horizon,
An army of
Where's my dad? That's a TikTok sound.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I'll get on TikTok.
We'll get you there.
Oh, we're very fluffy. Oh, yeah.
On the horizon, slightly paled by the sheer distance in between you, you can see the terminations of the Wanahl Range starting to creep up and up, steadily growing in size. They're still a ways away, but they are in sight. And as you travel, the incline starts to steepen and the hills start to rise. You do, however, start to see patches of woodland as you are headed further and further up towards the mountains. Cricket, as you travel, you see occasionally birds flying through the air, a pheasant occasionally.
Not big birds.
Not big birds. These are small beasts that flit through the air. And that's more or less the only signs of life that you see out in the wilderness. No large creatures that you can see. No wyverns descending upon you. The sun starts to dip in the sky. Not quite evening, but late afternoon. And before you, the hills, the foothills of the Wanahl Range are now right before you. You can see patches of dark, craggy stone starting to pry their way from underneath this scrub of grass that grows on these hilltops. You can see patches of woodland growing at the foothills of these massive outcroppings. And as you travel forward, already you are getting the sensation of just being dwarfed ever so slightly by the sheer... My apologies.
Sorry, gnomed.
Gnomed by the sheer vastness of the landscape. The river you can always hear, if not always see, accompanying you along your travels. And as early evening starts to set in, not too far from a large hilltop with a small copse of woodland creeping down its edge and onto the onto the ground near to where you are travelling, you ascertain this is as good a place as any to stop.
I think this is as good a place as any to start.
What?
Okay. I reckon this will be good. We can tie the horses up there and...
Yes, we do that. I think we stop, set up camp, tie off the horses.
Okay. Do you head into the trees or do you make your camp on the outskirts?
I can make it on the outskirts.
I feel a little bit in.
Yeah, not
As far in as you can. You can't go very far
Yeah.
with
Just a little
Alzava
bit.
and Barbara's
Just
wagon.
Yeah.
But you set up just on the periphery of this woodland. As you look into the woodland, you can see patches of ferns carpet the ground, giving this lush green colour to this safe haven of woodland that you've found. In other patches, moss grow over boulders and start to cover broken, partially rotted branches and trees. And you can see snowdrops ever so occasionally push up through the leaf litter. and you set about making camp. Does anybody do any particular jobs? Does anybody set up huts or...
I'll set up a campfire.
Wonderful stuff, okay.
It's warm if the snow drops.
Do we want the hut now, or
Maybe let's
Wait.
make sure that we're ready to sleep.
that's what I was thinking. Okay.
We'll wait until nightfall. I'm going to take the horses and lead them down to the... How far is the river?
So the river is about a 2.5 minute journey away from the track, so you'll have to walk a little ways away before you can actually get to where the river is.
I'll do
You
that.
can hear it off that way.
I'll do that. Cricket, will you join me?
Yeah, all right.
And I'll gather up the horses and lead them down to the water's edge.
Okay, you walk on over, and at the point where you meet, there is still about a 10-foot drop down through the
What the-
stone towards this rushing torrent of water. But as you look up northward, you can see that there are pseudo rapids that flow around massive boulders of this craggy, sort of dark stone, and you start heading up that way another 5 minutes, and there it's much more manageable to get the horses down towards the river.
Okay.
So you're about a 10-minute journey away from the camp.
I'll just kind of let them roam about, do their own thing, and then I'm going to pick up my boots and my pants and my shirt and start bathing.
Yeah, absolutely. Wash off the remnants of
Yeah,
that
especially the hair.
caustic
Like,
bile that you've still got clinging to some patches of you.
I feel like his hair is like filled with drool as well, so he's just like going to make it extra.
As you run your
extra.
hands through it, it's far frizzier than you would like, and the tips are slightly frayed.
Oh, this is bad.
You
This
can't
is
do
really
that.
Bad. This is really bad. Okay.
Cure wounds. Come on.
Well,
Unfortunately, hair is dead and cannot be cured by...
not my hair.
Not the hair.
What's it called? Bring
Not the gumdrop.
revivify.
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 Regeneration in the
Absolutely.
locks. Come back.
Willow, get the L'Oreal Revivify.
I'm working on it.
Anyway, no, I'm going to kind of wash my hair, undo my braids a little bit, and just be talking to Cricket at the same time. How are you doing? You okay?
And Cricket's just kind of sat and staring at the water.
I'll pick up a little pebble and throw it at him. Bonk. I'm talking to you.
You okay?
Yeah. I'm asking you if you're okay.
Oh, right.
You did good today, kid.
I don't know. I felt like there was a lot going on. I was trying to get to Nakani, and then I couldn't get to her, and then I was trying to get to Willow. I couldn't get to her, and it just felt like one. I just couldn't get to anyone.
Cricket, you did what you could. You did very well. I'm impressed. You did what you could. And you saved my life, I dare say.
Siggy, I looked around at one point. I saw Tony had gone down. I saw Willow looking beaten up. You were wrapped up, and I was really close to running away.
I mean, I think any of us would be lying if we said that we hadn't thought about doing the same at some point. I ran from Tilly Creek. It's a natural response, but you didn't, and that's what matters. I thank you for that.
Thank you.
Anytime.
You had some wyverns wrapped up. Those wraps are.
That was
Cool,
fun.
I don't know how you did that.
Yeah,
I was very impressed.
Admittedly, I was trying to tame one of them. It didn't work.
Maybe a little bit more practice.
Maybe one day I'll see Penelope again.
I hope you don't.
Next time, we'll be better prepared.
Next time.
But remember, Cricket, you didn't run. At great cost to yourself as well. You know, that the ancestors would be smiling. For sure.
Sigismund, make me an insight check. Cricket. Make me a charisma check, either persuasion or deception. Don't tell us which, but do what feels right in the moment. What Cricket is able to do.
I got a 17.
I got an unnatural 20.
Ooh.
You ain't getting this out of me yet!
Cricket. On an unnatural 20 and on a 17, what does Sigismund see? Bear in mind that he has not read you well enough.
I think he sees Cricket. Something is absolutely going on in his head, and he's kind of battling with it. And there's a to and a fro, and there's a real.
I'll say that's all he gets. I'll say that
That's
is enough because you beat him on the roll.
There's
something-
there's a different rhythm to him.
Yes.
There's a real.
Yes.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I think I'll register this. I'll finish up bathing. Have like a real Daniel Craig in Casino Royale moment where he comes out of the water and it's just places a hand on
With
Cricket's
that
shoulder.
hair, surely you're a Bond girl.
Oh yeah. Oh no, he's gonna do the full on hair flip. Like. Place a hand on Cricket's shoulder and just be like, "You'll be okay. Stick with us. You'll be okay."
I'm glad I am with you. I was thinking actually, Siggy, it just made me think when we were, well, so ill-equipped to deal with those wyverns. I stole a book from Lady Defana's house, and it was about wyverns. I'm gonna stay here and just have a little wash, but it's in my bag on my horse.
Okay.
I feel like you're the best we have if you want to read up and find anything to find about wyverns.
Sure. I'll take a look at it.
And I got a book about the Eternity Forest in there as well. I don't know, maybe if Willow wants to have a look at that. I'm gonna sit and have a little wash, but if you want to
Okay.
go into my bag, that's where they are.
Sure. I will do that. I'll go and get the books. I'm sure she'd appreciate it.
I think we all need something to take our mind off today.
And then kind of sensing that Cricket maybe needs some time alone, I'll lead the rest of the horses apart from Stuffy.
Perfect.
Back up to
So,
I will tie a little hempen rope around myself.
Uh-huh.
I'll tie it to Stuffy. I'll tie it to Stuffy.
perfect.
Me and the bro.
Coffee?
And then I will stand at the edge of the water, and I'm going to look down on it, and I'm just going to step off the edge.
So at this point, you are
Don't
much
do it!
closer to the water. There is not a drop.
Oh, sound okay.
Sigismund has led you and the horses
Yeah.
up towards somewhere that is more easily accessible. So the horses have been able to stand by the water's edge and have a drink.
I will. Yeah.
It's still fast
It's still
flowing,
fast. Yeah,
so you
yeah.
still need the rope, but you don't need to dive off.
So I'll tie the rope around the horse's neck. I feel like I've got a little western saddle with a little pommel in the middle.
Yes,
I'm gonna take
for
off my
sure.
hat, lean the hat on the pommel.
Love that.
And then I will just fully clothed walk into the water, and when I am completely submerged and I feel safe that nobody can see me or get to me or hear me, I will burst into tears.
Is that enough tears to soothe your skin?
No, hopefully the water will do the other.
We'll see.
Can you bathe in your own tears?
It is a different feeling than in crying on land. For when you are on land, you can feel every tear. But as you sit underneath the water, you feel the flush of your face as the tears are squeezed out. And then they are swept away. And I won't tell you how this makes you feel, whether it makes you feel comforted that this sadness shall pass, just like the tears being swept away, or if it makes you feel worse, that you cannot dwell in the moment long enough. That's for you to decide. But you sit there and rehydrate your skin and feel the tears drift downstream. Whilst this is going on, Tony and Willow, what are you doing at camp?
I think just setting up.
I think Tony's just sat. She's just sat in her own world. She's sat by the fire that you've set up, and she's just messing with like a flower that she's picked, and just like taking the petals off and just watching the fire, just very much in her own.
Barbara comes over to you.
Oh,
My dear, would you like some tea?
yeah, that would be nice. Thank you.
Of course. Let us know. We can't do much, but we can try and provide you with something. So, should you need anything, you let us know.
She goes off, and from a bundle that's in the wagon, she takes out what looks to be a raw iron teapot and a fire-blasted stand, and she puts some tea leaves in.
Drat, I need some water. Alzabeth?
And she gets Alzabeth to go off and fetch some water. And Sigismund, on your way back, you actually see Alzabeth.
Alvy!
Oh, hello there!
How are you? Still
I'm-
dripping wet and half naked.
Oh, you found water then. Could you point me in the right direction? I'm going to make some tea.
That way.
Wonderful stuff. Thank you very much. I'll
Look
see
out
you.
for the grom.
I shall do. Wonderful. Thank you very much, sir. I'll see you back there in a little bit.
Cricket, you sense Alzabeth, but he sees. You are under the water at this point, so he does not see you.
You'll see a rope leading.
Down to the river. He assumes that you need your space. He gathers the water, and not too long he comes on back. He sets the teapot up, and Barbara starts making some tea. Whilst just before Sigismund gets back, is there anything else that you two would like to do?
I think Willow's vibe is, you know, when the teacher's off and the substitute teacher takes over, and they do like everything to like everything that they, you know, like
Yes.
if Matthew like checks a bit for surroundings, Willow like checks for surroundings.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
You are trying to really get into the mindset of these blighters that you have
Yeah.
only fairly recently met in relative terms, and you try and emulate as much as you can the actions that they partake in. So first give me a perception check.
Ooh. As like one thing I would like to look out for
Absolutely.
is just if there's any lavender around.
Okay, perfect.
Maths 15.
15. Unfortunately, no lavender that you can
fine.
see in the immediate vicinity. There are other flowers, as I said, there's some snowdrops, there's some crocuses. There are... No, sorry, not snowdrops. There are some snowdrops.
Oh my
The
God.
flower.
Yeah, cut back 10 minutes and go, oh, if it's snowing, we definitely need
Well, apologies, I missed that. No, I'm so sorry. Snowdrops, the
Yeah.
flower, crocuses.
I'm not a druid.
There is some scarlet starflowers that are these small little wildflowers that are just creeping in this like vine-like plate. Beautiful, tiny little red flashes that creep over the moss. But no lavender, unfortunately. You don't see anything of a particular danger either, however.
Cool. Alright, that's fine. Yeah, I'll just go sit and wait for everyone to come back.
Fantastic, okay. After a little while, Sigismund returns with the horses, bar Stuffy and Cricket.
Hello. And I'm just going to pull out from my pack my saber-tooth pelt, which hopefully has kind of dried out a little bit now, and just dry myself off.
Yeah, you can do so. The fur on one side is definitely able to wick off most of the excess water. The underside, however, as it's not been cured and not been tanned, is starting to foul.
Ooh, okay. I'm gonna just drape that over a tree branch. And sit
Driving, I'm covered in lice.
sit cross-legged by the fire and start rebraiding my hair
Okay,
a little.
perfect.
Willow's like putting some extra kindling on every like 5 minutes to keep it up. Like, it's
Every
a bit
5
excessive.
fucking
Yeah,
seconds.
absolutely.
It's just a pile of wood at the end.
You keep it alive
flame.
as you are.
Juice flame.
No! You keep the fire alive, but you are consistently refueling this fire to the very point of excess, just to give yourself something to do. if no one else has anything to do at this second, whilst they wait for Cricket's return, I will say that Cricket, you have succeeded in rehydrating your skin, and you can return as and when you would like. Do you return as soon as you have had your time in the river?
It takes about an hour to.
It does take an hour.
I think that's probably long enough to shake this off.
Okay.
For tonight.
Perfect. You gather yourself up. You re-emerge from the river. You hop back on Stuffy, and you ride back to camp. And you are all reunited. As the sky starts to darken, the shadows start to draw in. Purples and oranges and pinks paint the sky, and you start settling down for your rest. Is there anything anyone would like to do? Are you casting the hut?
Yeah.
Tony, you cast the hut. Do you reveal what you're doing to Alzava and Barbara?
Oh, I should probably tell
What?
them, really.
This is our first night with
Stay in the car.
Alzav.
Oh, right, the hut.
Alzabra.
I was like,
Alzabra.
I thought.
Did they not come
Or
and sleep with us last time when I did it?
They didn't sleep in the hut though, did they?
No, because you were at the encampment when you met them, so they went off to their own
their
sort of
tent.
like
Okay.
part of the encampment.
Yeah, so I'll just make them aware that I'm just gonna basically make a place for us to sleep.
Oh,
It's really safe.
is it now?
Great for midnight chats.
Yeah, I didn't trust it to begin with either, but it's actually really nice.
Well, if you don't mind having us, that would be delightful.
Just not allowed to fart.
Please don't.
You have
It
to
gets
take that
Alzabra,
real
keep it plugged up now.
Insight.
Cork in the tooth.
That would be splendid. If we could join you, that would be wonderful. Thank you so much. I very much appreciate it.
And Alzava and Barbara do in fact join you in the hut. You cast it, and after 10 minutes, you are all safe. It is the perfect temperature, and you now have the night to do what you like.
Start like making out. Oh, Alzabra, it's so warm in
Alzabra,
here.
stop getting so handy.
I'm going to sleep
We're
in between you.
company.
Down a bit, down a bit. On down.
This isn't
Okay.
I'm
this
going to
isn't
sleep
what
in
this
between
is
you
for.
two, so now hang.
They are
This is a sacred place.
very well behaved.
Just
This
because you're
is
not
all-
farting doesn't mean you're not doing something paranormal.
Please, I will drop it.
Stop it, you heathens. They are a lovely little old couple,
Hey, this
and
could
they
go
know
there.
how to behave, unlike the rest of you lot.
Hey, old people fuck. It's okay.
I'm not saying they don't. They just don't fuck in front of y'all. Anyway, moving on. Is there anything anybody would like to do? Does anybody take watches? Does anybody prepare anything?
I'll take the last 2 watches.
Okay,
so I can do my
perfect.
trancing.
So you transfer your 4
Yeah.
hours. Fantastic. Is anyone else
You can
taking
join me on
watches?
the first one.
Okay,
I'll
I'll-
go first if no one
Yeah.
else is first.
I'll join Willow in one of hers.
Okay, perfect. I'll say you take the last 2 hours so you can get the full 6 hours of sleep.
Do the second to last.
I'll do the second to last.
Second to
one.
last couple of hours. Okay, perfect. And Sigismund, you taking the first watch?
Yeah, I can do it
Fantastic. Wonderful stuff. Sigismund, do you have dark vision?
I do.
Then make me a perception.
Oh, this is the thing. Cricket, you should go first so I can give you Eyes of Night before you go to sleep. And then you have dark vision, so you're fine. Then we have dark vision.
All right. I mean, I can't see very well in the dark, so I'll take the first one if you can give me
Here.
fancy eyes.
Go, you can see.
Oh my god.
Is Eyes of Night's not a concentration
No.
effect?
No.
That's brilliant.
Is it
Cricket.
300 feet? Isn't
For
it?
every, I just to say it, I give it to everyone. It's 300 feet. I'm
Oh,
gonna go sleep
lovely.
later.
Fantastic.
I can
And how long does that last again?
Oh, it's only an hour, so it's just cricket.
So it's just cricket. Perfect. No, but good looking out.
I can really see my eyelids.
Well,
I can't sleep. I can see everything.
Cricket. Make me a perception check.
Yes, I shall.
I see the universe.
That is very good. That is 23.
23.
Very good.
Very good.
With a 23, you sit, unfortunately, alone
Oh no.
at this point.
I think I'm happy about that. To be fair.
And you look out occasionally into the darkness of the woods, and then occasionally out down the path that you have already travelled. Apart from the occasional hoot of an owl, you don't hear much else. The night is still. The river rushes off in the distance. The trees rustle ever so slightly with the occasional breeze that flows through them. But nothing disturbs your watch.
I think all the wee noises that I'm normally accustomed to just have a new level of jumpiness. I'm kind of finding it hard to relax a bit. Did you take the books out of the saddle? Did you? Okay. Can I see? Would they be in the tent?
I probably would have put them in my pack, which is next to me. But
I shall just sit and be itchy.
I will say that you mentioned to Sigismund about the books and he said he'd take them so you can have a look if you'd like.
I think I really feel like I let myself down not knowing what was going on. So if I can see the Wyvern book, I'll just sit and flick through that.
Okay, perfect. Give me a stealth check. I'm assuming you're trying to not wake Sigismund.
Yes.
Give me a stealth check.
Did he fall asleep reading it? It's like on his face.
yeah, actually, yeah. I think it'd have been like, yeah.
Perfect.
So it's probably just like.
Well, I'll just look over. I'll just keep it in his hands then. I'll just flip the pages.
He wakes up and
Yeah. I'm on a different page.
acquiring the book from Sigismund, you flick through Yundak's Tome of Wyverns, and it is an almanac of different subspecies of wyverns that are local to Beladrin and the continent of Galmoria. As you look through, you can find many different species of wyvern. You can find there are bristlecone wyverns, which are a somewhat smaller variety of wyvern that fly through tall forests. You can find spiny back wyverns, which have developed large quill-like protrusions on their back, and they actually live usually in the mountainous regions of Beladrin and the surrounding areas. You see mention of hullbreaker wyverns that live out on the coasts and the islands far from the coast, and they actually attack ships. They have a large bony growth on their head that they actually, almost woodpecker-like, smash into the hulls of ships to sink them, and thus the sailors are then easy pickings. And you can find a passage on bile-throated wyverns. These particular wyverns, as you have already experienced, have evolved a gland in their throat that can swell to produce a caustic liquid that they then propel at their victims to either kill them outright or at least slow them down and weaken them, and then they shall fly in to try and paralyze with a different type of poison in their stinging tail, and they will then carry off their prey to their nests where they can eat in private and safety. They usually are nesting in, are found nesting in mires and swamps and other sorts of areas like that. More lowland wyverns than mountainous wyverns. There are a plethora of wyverns in this particular book, but those are the ones that jump out at you.
Is there anything at all, just with the down to the inquisitive style of my fighting? Is there anything I can spot that would give me an advantage if we came up against them again, or a weakness?
You know for a fact that they have no natural resistances or immunities that this book denotes. But they also have, they have no resistances and no immunities, but they also have no vulnerabilities.
Okay.
I think the little passage that they normally fly back to their nest to eat fills me with a little bit of confidence. It means Nakani wouldn't have been munched on the journey, so maybe
You can
that gives me a little
ascertain
bit.
that unless something has gone awry, that was probably the intent of the wyvern that abducted her, and so they may have time, depending on how close the nest is, to save themselves from
we
captivity.
were meant to message them again.
I would have done that before I went to sleep. I would have. we did.
We literally
We
planned
did
it.
just.
We
say
said we were
that
going to do it.
You
Yeah.
did
You
just
do it on
say
your watch. Do it on your watch.
It's
I tell-
already going so well.
I tell you what, when we get to your watch, we'll do a little addendum
Right,
and we'll
cool,
go back
cool,
for you. We'll finish this off and then we'll come back to you
You
guys.
mentioned Nakani and I was like,
Oh yeah.
Fuck!
Roleplay, guys. Think. No.
You're gone one episode, Cal and Charlotte, and they've already forgotten you. How dare they? What?
And if I can see, if I can see the other book, I'll just pull it out. I'll get a little. Somebody's got a quill or a bit of charcoal from the fire or something, and on the front page, I'll just write "Saw you looking at the trees," full stop, and then leave it by Willow's feet.
You can
She must have
absolutely
put
do
it.
so.
Oh.
Yeah, I totally forgot to give you that book. I was like, yeah, I'll give it to her.
Like, goddamn sick.
And it's just focused on braiding his hair.
I'll be dangling a bit of poisonous drill above his head, going, I could poison you right now. I'm not gonna. No, I'll leave it. And then I'll snuggle up, snuggle up at his feet,
Oh.
and go to bed.
We
Your
need to
watch
wake me
comes
up.
up
Oh!
next.
Chap,
Ding,
chap.
ding, ding. And you are awoken, Sigismund, to take your rest.
Tag in.
Okay.
So, Sigismund, make me a perception check, please.
In fact, actually, before I do that, I'm going to walk out of the hut and just start kind of taking up a perimeter around the
Okay.
hut. Can I see the stars from this copse of trees?
Not through the copse of trees, but you are on the periphery of the woodland. So if you walk around the hut, basically, and more towards where the wagons are kept and the horses are tied up, you can look up to the sky, and though it is partially cloudy, through these patches of clouds, you can see the starlight above.
In that case, I will do that. I will walk to the periphery of the trees
Mhm.
and just look up to the stars for a minute. And he's going to quietly reflect on what he remembered when he was unconscious. Rin and her leaving. And that kind of sort of leads him on to think about his friends, his new friends. And as he looks up at the stars, he's just going to quietly, under his breath, sort of go, "Ancestors, I try not to ask for too much, but please, protect my friends. Help me to protect them too. If you are looking down, up, to the side, I don't know where you are, but please stand by me. So I can protect them like I couldn't protect her. And I will cast guidance on myself. And I will make that perception check.
Sigismund, before you do make me that perception check, I want you to make me a... To the Vardy, it is not a religion check, is it?
Not really, no.
Make me a persuasion check.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Keep that to one side because I already rolled the perception. Why? As a bard, I have the worst persuasion check.
This is the thing. You can have the best modifiers in the world, but bad rolls is bad rolls.
Bad rolls is bad rolls.
Just talk to Kendall.
Can I add the guidance onto that? I said I was already going to cast guidance on myself.
This is not something you were guiding yourself for, however, that was for the perception check, so I'll say no, this is just a straight roll.
All right, well, persuasion is 9.
No. Duly noted. Now make me that perception check, and that is with the guidance.
Okay, well, that's 12.
And that is 12. Do you remain outside the hut for the entirety of your perception check?
Yeah, I think once I've had that little conversation with, as far as I know, myself, I will walk back into the copse of trees and just like take up a perimeter, just quietly playing my lute as I walk
Yeah.
round.
It's the softest of touches to the strings, so that you can barely hear. However, you don't hear much of anything else other than the slight crunch of the plant growth underfoot.
Oh, just before my watch comes to an end, I'll walk, sort of like remember something, like walk back out to the periphery of the trees and be like, oh, by the way, yeah, take care of Mama and Papa. Okay, thank you. Good night.
And you head on over to
Parents,
Tony and Willow.
Try the Anzuki page.
Well, one of the ancestors is up above just going, thank goodness he said that, because they were about to be absolutely obliterated.
I just poke my head out
Standing over the next going, no, I've changed my mind.
I've changed my
Not
mind.
today.
Yeah. I just poke my head out once more and go, I'm the Dranger, thank you, that's all, I'm done.
I swear, I don't ask for much.
That's it.
And you head on over to wake up Tony and Willow. Tony and Willow, your watch is about to start, but before we do, we shall rewind ever so slightly. So
Oh, yeah.
yes. Forgotten again. I shouldn't have said anything.
No.
That's twice in 5 minutes, by the way.
Do you think I should message them again?
Don't change anything. Don't change
forget
anything
to
that's
message-
already happened.
Don't forget to message
I take the book from sitting. No, joking.
I'd like to take the third watch.
We have like a dream
Okay.
sequence.
What should I say? What should I say?
We'll check that they're okay and alive. And
Okay.
if they need anything, I guess.
Okay.
And maybe tell them that if we want to regroup, we can meet in the next town or somewhere.
Okay.
Well, this is gonna be fun. Okay, just there for a sec.
3 words.
Stop it.
Jesus Christ.
Hi, Matthew. Me again. You good? Nakani, okay? Shall we come get you? What's going on? Hope you're alive. Yep.
Ben, can you count?
What?
You need a 5
All
for a
I
3
saw
at
was
one
this.
point.
It's just...
I loved it.
Sorry,
It's
Ben.
okay. Oh god, I'm scared now. I shouldn't.
There is a beat, and you will message
There's a
him
beat. Oh, he's at a party.
Matter on the dance floor.
We're so stressed.
You clearly are. You were messaging Matthew.
Yes. I said hello, Matthew.
I was just double checking.
Jack needs help.
I accidentally sent it to Nicole.
My name's Algebra. I don't know what
Oh,
you're talking
fuck.
about.
The wires got crossed. I'm sorry.
Hey, hey, this is Matthew Perry.
We are alive. Those wyverns weren't that much of an issue.
Fucking liar.
Nikani is fine. Don't bother coming to find us. We will find you, and that's all you get.
Okay. They're okay.
Yes.
They're alive. The wyverns weren't that difficult to deal with, apparently.
Rude.
And he said, don't come and find them, they'll find us. So I guess we just keep going.
We have to.
I trust them to look after themselves, yeah?
Tony, make me an insight check.
Do I need to?
No, you do.
He's cradling the Carney's corpse.
No, Ben! Don't even joke like that. That's horrendous.
Oh, back to it, are we? 7.
Yeah, perfect. Okay, carry on.
Night,
Your
guys.
watch begins.
Hi.
Hi. Sleeping okay?
No.
No. That message thing is cool.
Yeah. It's, I And yeah, I've not done it before. I didn't really need to.
And what, you can just contact anyone?
No, I have to be familiar with them. Like, I have to kind of know them.
Alright. That's cool though. You gonna use it more often? Could
I
reach
don't
out
know.
to people you've not seen for a while.
Yeah. Maybe.
Does it know when you want to reach? Do you want to check in with parents?
Tony has parents. Interesting. I don't We know some.
No, we need
do
to-
I want to contact? I mean, I think they're fine. I don't
It's
know.
been a while though.
Yeah.
Hey, if I could reach mine, I would.
Maybe I. I wonder if there's a way that I can reach yours.
I know, we have to be familiar, don't you?
Yeah.
By the effects of the spell, that means that you need to have met them.
Maybe you bumped into them at some point.
Accident. Should I just message all the random people we meet on the
Yeah.
street? You have a picture of them. It's not, we're not there yet.
Unfortunately, a picture will not do it either. You will need to have at least briefly
Like,
seen
had a
them.
conversation. Oh,
That
okay,
is
okay, okay.
that is what
Yeah, no, no.
familiar means,
Oh, right.
unfortunately. I'm a little bit more stringent on what familiar is, and it means that you need to have had some contact with them.
Mercer would let us do it.
Do you want to pull that back?
Sitting at the wrong
Well,
table.
this has been nice.
Fired! Okay. I mean,
I don't know, I just feel like you got the chance to. I mean, I would if I could.
I might.
Today was rough.
Yeah.
Were you okay? I got you back as soon as I could.
I know. I'm proud of you. You did really well.
Yeah, well, there was a lot. It kind of felt like every time something got sorted, something else went wrong, and then when we put out that fire, another fire started, and
Yeah, they had to jump on us pretty quickly.
yeah. But, what was it? What was happening your end? Did you see anything? Did Hebron pop up and say
No.
hello?
No. Nothing. Just. It was weird. Just like. It was. Nothing. Just scary. I don't know. I didn't like it. I don't.
Well, I've got your back.
I know. I'm just. We didn't do well. I don't know. I mean, we did, but.
You made it through.
I feel like I barely made it through.
Yeah. We learned from each one, though, right? That's what my mom said.
Yeah, I just thought. I don't know, I thought it was better than that, I guess.
Guess be better next time. Not that you weren't this time. But hey, we're better when we're together.
Yep. Yeah.
Is there anything further that you would like to do on your watch, or should we do perception checks?
Perception?
Yeah. Perception.
Miss Gray.
26.
Lovely.
Mean bean. 9.
Well, inside the hut is perfectly safe.
Tony,
She's still somewhere else.
the sudden thought of being able to reach out to anyone
Yeah.
suddenly starts to fester in your mind. You cannot draw your thoughts away from that particular realization, and you just grapple with that for a while. Willow, with the knowledge that Matthew is okay, and Nakani, as far as you are aware, this almost spurs you on to do their actions justice, and you keep a fervent eye out towards the darkness around your camp, but you don't ascertain that there are any threats headed your way this night.
I think we're okay. If you want, you can head back to sleep.
I think she'll just like rest her head on Willow's lap
Perfect.
and just go to sleep. Well, try and go to sleep.
And I think in this instance, Willow, you feel Tony's body relax far quicker than you expected as the exhaustion just hits and she drifts off once more.
Nice. And I'll just kind of look around and I guess I'll see the book.
And you do so. There is a book. It is not a thick tome. It is a fairly standard volume, but someone has written in charcoal, very lightly, that because you were looking at the trees, they thought this would be useful for you.
Oh.
I'll open it up.
Okay. On the cover,
Do you need the name of it?
I have it here, but thank you very much, sir. Thank you. No,
What's the point of taking notes?
I
don't wanna
know.
really say- I'm
Don't
fine.
bother.
I
I'm
don't need
so
any of it.
proud of you. I'm so proud of you.
it says a brief
It's actually
history
2
of the
notebooks ago.
Eternity
That's where it
Forest.
is.
It was written by someone called Trenta Wanahl. Trenta Hunnil. On the back, you see that there is a little inscription on the bottom of the book that denotes that this was research done by the Belladrinian Historical Records. You flip it back over, you open it up. Make me an investigation check.
I'm going to go. Do they have like an index page?
It does not. It is just text.
I'm not going to read it.
Okay.
I'm just going to like slowly flick through and just see any titles or any like chapter markings. If it's like,
Okay.
I don't know, like, ooh, Pixieville.
Okay.
You have to put a village called Pixieville in the Pixieville.
I don't have to do anything. Scribbles it down furiously.
But I'll go through it quite slowly. But I'm not going to take in any of the main.
You're
text.
just looking
I'm
for
just
what
looking-
sort of blocks of information.
Yeah, I just want to
Give
see
me an
what.
investigation check at advantage then.
I was expecting
because you're looking
cedar
for
trees.
Natural 19.
Come
Natural
on!
19.
I don't know what's in there, but I want to find out.
21.
21.
A cedar.
This book covers a couple of different topics, all seemingly a brief overview, as it says, of each individual topic. There is a little bit on the general history, sort of the ancient history of the Eternity Forest and what has been told about the Eternity Forest. There is a modicum about the Eternity Forest's involvement with the war between Belladrin and the Viridian Kingdom that is on the opposite side of the continent. There is then a topic that looks more at the factions of power within the Eternity Forest, though that is a very, very short passage. and then there is a slight annex that is to do with the flora and fauna and what little is known about the life that is harboured within the Eternity Forest.
I think while she's looking at it, she'll like glance down at Tony, and she'll see her like KO'd from sleep, and she'll have kind of like a flashback to seeing her dying. She'll try and go back to it, and then she'll look down again, and she'll have a flash of seeing Tony pray, and then a flash of her being knocked out. And then she'll kind of look up at the hut, and she'll start to feel a bit claustrophobic. And she'll remember what she's holding. She'll just pop it down. Take Tony gently and put her on the floor.
Watch the horns.
Lift her up.
Just drags you by one more. Carry on.
And she'll try and keep it down, but I think the feeling of being in this dome is a bit too much, and she's just going to kind of like back out of it. And you said there's like a bit of woodland behind
Yeah,
us?
so the hut is more or less at the periphery of this tree line, so the entire hut is within the woodlands, but you can go into the woods or you can go out towards the carts.
And she's gonna stand up and just turn around and go into the woods. She hasn't got her shoes on. She's not got she's kind of just in what she sleeps in.
Yeah.
She's not naked.
Bare clothes.
But she's just in like the undershirt, the skirt, her glove and her wrap, and she's just gonna walk into the woods, and just to begin with, just try and get a whiff of trees and the kind of morning dew, and just to try and calm herself down. But she's just gonna walk quite deep in.
Albert.
Wyverns. 5 of them.
Bristlecone wyverns that you have known. No. How long does Willow walk
I'm gonna
before
walk
she
5
stops?
minutes.
5 minutes. Perfect. As you start walking, you are naturally accustomed to being in tune with the lay of the land, and so you are trying to find the heart of this particular copse of trees, and it starts to lead you up, and the incline is fairly steep, and at one point you are scrabbling over leaf litter and over boulders and rocks that sometimes sort of break off and fall down past you, and there, when you feel like the forest is darkest, on this small lip, you sit and you just place your hands on the ground, and underneath you there is this thin carpet of fresh moss that is moist to the touch as the morning dew is starting to roll down from this hilltop. And you just sit there and you just brush your hands over the moisture and just sort of collect it in your hands, and there is a cooling sensation that you rub down onto your wrists, and then you just feel that ever so slightly start to flow through into your chest, and that grip of anxiety just, it doesn't ease fully, but it lifts ever so slightly.
Is there like a larger tree nearby?
On this particular section, there's not too many large trees, but if you are looking for a large tree, I'll say that you can steadily make your way back down where the trees are larger and go and sit down somewhere there instead.
Want to sit amongst the roots of a tree?
Absolutely, you can do so. You find that there is not the largest oak you've ever seen, but the largest oak within this particular copse, and you sit down in between two roots, one of them that is clinging over this half-submerged small craggy boulder, and you just enclose yourself within the roots.
Just start putting the fingers of the glove. And take the glove off.
You do so. Make me a perception check.
19.
Whispers.
Oh my god.
Matilda.
I
never know what to do
What
with
did
these
you have for breakfast, Kendall?
Just plain old cereal.
Yeah, was it plain though, or was it sugared?
It was sugared.
So was it Frosties versus Kellogg's kind of style?
No, it was
Frosties are
just...
Kellogg's.
No, but you know you get like the trashy cornflakes that are
Oh, yeah,
just
yeah,
cornflakes
yeah.
and nothing else, and then Frosties
Frosted
is like
Flakes.
that's the one.
Yeah.
Was it?
Sugary sugar.
That's why he's so full of energy now.
I had Mackie's breakfast, not that.
Lovely. I had a bagel.
I got myself an extra hash brown.
Ooh.
You did, yeah.
Oh no.
Put a hash brown on it.
Tattoo of Tony's clearing up.
Why would you remove it?
She's kind of just going to get a bit of comfort on this tree. She's going to place her hands on it. She's going to cast Speak with Plants.
Okay.
Hello.
Okay.
Brilliant.
Don't worry, everything's okay.
I like it.
It took me a second then. I was like, what? Okay.
What do you say?
Hi.
Hello down there.
Well, hi there. I'm going to turn and just like face it.
Hello, creature. What is your name?
My name's Willow. I'm Plant.
Hello there.
Are you okay?
I am indeed okay.
How's your night going?
Much the same as it ever is.
Bit stiff.
You made an oak tree laugh. I'm impressed.
They always say my acting was a bit wooden.
I love it. We're taking him.
He's been sitting on that pump for eons. Oh god.
I love that. Well, I hope you don't mind me just chilling in your roots.
But of course, you are respectful to the woods around you, and that is all that we trees would ask.
Thank you. It's been a bit of a hard day, a bit of a scary one.
That is a shame.
But we got through it.
It seems you have, for you are here.
Yeah. Each day at a time.
That is the way to do it.
You
can't take the second step until you have taken the first.
Do you have a name?
Me? No.
Well, okay.
I
Do you
have
mind if I
never-
name you?
But of course. If I like it, I might even keep it.
Okay.
No pressure. I was just thinking Barry.
Fun.
It's hard to think of a name for a tree, isn't it?
I'm gonna call you Havern.
Haverin.
Yeah.
An interesting name.
Well, he's a god. Of a moon.
He's a god.
Yeah.
My goodness.
I just thought I thought it'd be kind of funny because people pray to him.
Yes.
But if you're named Havern as well, Like, maybe they're praying to you. A tree.
Oh, no. Is that dangerous?
I don't know, do you have power?
I have no power.
Then I think it's okay.
I know not of these things, but so long as you're sure.
I'm sure.
A lightning bolt hits the oak tree.
Or the oak tree becomes a god, who knows?
Well, thank you for my name, Willow. Haverin. Haverin.
Haverin,
Yes.
where were you today?
Same place I've always been, Willow. Right here.
Yeah, but the thing is, you weren't there for her, were you? You were absent. You were gone. And she needed your help. And you weren't there. You abandoned her. I was there. Where were you?
My child.
Don't say anything. Don't say anything. You need to do better. Where were you? And she's gonna put a hand on the tree. And I need it to make a con save at disadvantage.
Oh no.
What's your spell save DC, Willow?
16.
That is a failure.
Take 64 points of necrotic damage.
I need you to make me a wisdom saving throw.
The poor tree.
Professor Oak, no.
Oh my god.
The tree's fighting back.
It's not actually a tree.
Oh my god.
27. Yeah. What's my wisdom save?
Success.
Oh my god.
You take 7 points of psychic damage
I did a long rest.
as in your mind a deep bassy cry, not unlike the splitting of wood, as Haverin blackens. You are surrounded by a flurry of leaves that fall, blacken, and dying, leaving the treetops bare. The thinnest twigs curl up and inwards, and the trunk of the tree splits like a scroll of parchment that you have stuck a knife in and dragged down the layers and layers of wood from the years and years of this tree split open, and there is now just this blackened gash as this tree is sundered. And you are just surrounded in a perfect circle of blackened leaves. And I think that's where we will take our break. We will pick up in a couple of minutes to
was
see
so
what the
close.
consequences of that particular action is in just a couple of minutes.
Fuck you, Cameron!
Please join us again in a second. Back. Willow, surrounded by the fallout of your previous actions, silence now has fallen, not only surrounding you within the forest, but in your mind as that connection with Speak with Plants is severed.
Can I see up into the sky?
Now you can. With the canopy bare, you look up between the twisted, gnarled branches that have curled up, forming this corrupted crown of crippled branches. And you can look up into the sky, and through the patchworks of cloud, you can see half a blue moon and an almost full fuchsia moon. And that is all.
I think she's just going to sit there for 20 minutes. Maybe until she starts to see the sky start to lighten.
Mm-hmm.
I think she's just going to be in a bit of this, like, kind of trance.
Fugue state.
Just kind of fascinated.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just seeing almost the beauty that's formed from this the devastation that she caused. And just like touch parts of it.
As you go to touch a part of the trunk, the bark disintegrates to your touch like ash, like paper, and it reveals the wood beneath, and there is what you presume to be once sap is now just this black ichor that is creeping down, and the only way you can discern it from the blackened wood is that it is glossy and moving.
Is there like a little clump she can pick up?
Clump of
Just wood.
the bark and the actual wood itself is now so soft that you can basically just dig your fingers into the trunk and peel away a chunk.
Oh, poor Barry.
Barrier.
A lot of like internal stuff happening.
Mm-hmm.
She's just gonna take like a real deep breath in and just crush it.
There is the feeling of, it's hard to put into fantasy terms, it's almost akin to a florist sponge. You know that green sponge that when you wet it, it crumples very easily? And although not a lot of moisture comes out, there is a small amount of this now blackened ichorous sap that just bleeds and swells between your fingers as you crumple this part of the tree, and it just disintegrates into pieces.
Stand up and just slowly start walking back, kind of just like touching each tree. Almost like, yeah, just it's like she's seeing things that can't be seen, as she kind of just has flashes of things. And then when she gets to the edge and she sees the hut, she kind of stares at it. I'm just going to walk on in. Sit down. And just start scribbling a bit.
As the sky to the east lightens overhead, you once again regain your peaceful composure as your companions stir from their slumber. A new day dawns without the call.
We can have a lion. Yeah, we can have a lion.
You guys really are for fucking Robin, Matthew and Nagani have gone.
I know we are. We just appreciate a good lion.
Yeah, fair.
I
Do we
want to
sleep in?
sleep.
Do we naturally...
Absolutely.
I'll let you
Absolutely.
I'll let you sleep in.
Yeah.
After that
Our alarm
ordeal.
clock's gone. Our alarm clock
Siggy is
disappeared.
dead to the world.
Yeah, so is Tony.
Alzheimer and Barbara are not rushing to get you up and on the road. They are now very happy to go at your pace after the performance that you have shown them the previous day.
Yeah, that's right.
God, if I were them, I'd be like, bye.
Gotta go!
Yeah, we'll go get some other people to take us.
No, they are after what they've seen, they are sticking by you.
Yeah.
So, full health, temporary hit points
Oh
gone.
God,
You
yeah,
have
long rest.
the benefits of a long rest.
Thank the Lord.
Like the thought.
And yeah, and then guys, morning. And I'll wake everyone up with a good berry. Good morning. Here you go. Ziggy.
Don't touch my hair.
I'm not gonna. You're okay.
Alright.
Cricket.
Did you braid it again?
He's actually braided his entire head,
Oh.
so it's all kind of like in one.
Sort of like fairy knot, sort of like Celtic.
Yeah, basically,
loaded.
yeah. Because
love
like
that.
when
Getting
it's really
tangled.
wet, like he likes to give it a bit of a kink, a bit of a curl. So he's gonna like in the morning when he wakes up, like begin the arduous process of undoing most of the braids.
Love that.
Just kind of more like it.
Whoa.
I'm ready now.
Alzheimer, Barbara.
Before we go any further, so sorry, Ben. Point of inspiration, please.
Oh,
thank you.
For doing bad stuff.
You already have it.
Fuck.
Can I have it for him?
Absolutely not.
Give it to me.
But I like the hustle. I'm sorry. What?
A good berry. It's good. It'll help you feel nourished all day. It means you don't have to worry about anything.
Really?
You can still eat for pleasure, but you know.
My goodness, your
Open wide.
talents are. Oh, it's tangy like a gooseberry.
Yes.
Like a gooseberry.
Like a gooseberry.
Yeah, I broke myself. That's very.
You like that, do you? Yeah. Barbara, does she like gooseberries as well?
I will, I'll just,
Okay.
thank you.
Oh, that's very nice.
Thank you.
As for that doesn't taste like a gooseberry, that tastes like a raspberry. What are you talking about?
It's like really
Oh, that's absolute. Thank you, Willow. That's delightful.
So
Thank
at least you
so
don't have to
much.
worry about eating, but like I said, we can eat for pleasure.
I do. I already feel. That's amazing.
good
My
little trick.
goodness me. Wonderful.
But what I think maybe plan for action is let's maybe get a nice slow start. You know, we can have an hour. Do what you need to do. I know you like to read your stories, Siggy. Cricket, you can do whatever. I mean, if you need to pray, you can do that as well. And then we'll head off and
Cricket,
try
you
and.
see that the book has actually gone from the place that you.
Okay.
Sorry, Willow. No. Where did you place the book? Did you place it back where it was, or did you
No.
just cast it aside?
She cast it aside.
Cast it
Kinda
aside. So
chucked
it's moved places.
That's fine. It's not my problem anymore.
No worries.
It's a cursed book.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Make me a wizard.
Yes.
As Tony's like kind of watching Willow just in like confused amazement at how she's just like taking charge of everything because there's like a different side to her as this all happens.
Lovely. Is there anything anybody prepares in this sort of hour as you wake up, or would you like to carry on your journey?
If we have an hour,
Yeah, absolutely.
I will preemptively watch for the day. Then that means if we end up somewhere at night,
Mm-hmm.
sweet.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll say you can do that. It's already been 8 hours since you. No, it'll be longer, in fact. It'll be sort of like 9-10 hours from bookend to bookend. So I'll say that's more than enough time for you to have gone over, rehydrated, in preparation for an arduous day's travel. Fantastic. You can do that, no problem. Anything else anyone wants to prepare?
I'm going to check on my mead.
Checking my calendar. You weren't in that month, you were in that month.
The day that it's finally ready. Oh my
You are
God.
starting to gas it, and you see now that the fermenting process is starting to slow.
Yay!
It's coming to the end.
Nearly there, gang. It's going to knock you off your
Yay.
feet.
What is it, Siggy?
It's mead.
No, is it any special meat, or are you just making something you could buy for?
Well, I'm trying
Gold.
a new recipe, so I chuck some pine needles in there, so it should have a nice woody taste, you know, like a fresh winter morning.
Is it like a tradition
Or whatever
thing,
winter
or
is.
something you did at home?
Yeah, this was. I mean, my clan has brewed mead for centuries. You never had mead?
I've had mead, but
walk up to a bar and I'd give them some gold and they give me some meat, and that doesn't take months and months.
Well, I mean, yeah, no, it takes a while. It has to come from somewhere. All alcohol needs to be brewed.
No, I just wondered if there's any significance to this. You're brewing, it's tiny, proportionally, right?
Well, I mean, it's a jar about this.
I know, but I thought they would have brewed in bulk if they were going to try and make a profit off
Well,
it.
yeah, no, you can, but we're kind of on the road and stuff, so. So if I want mead, I got to brew it myself in this little teeny tiny jar. Normally we'd have like barrels like bigger than you. You could drown a drone in one of our barrels.
Say that one more time.
You could drown a drone in one of our barrels. You could drown a drone in one of our barrels. Pick up. Drown a drone in one of our barrels.
I understand completely. Thank you for your diction and your candor.
Well, yeah. I am a bard, so I can talk good.
I would love to try it when it's ready, Siggy. I just wasn't sure.
Oh,
if
we
there was,
will, my friend.
I wasn't sure if there was anything
will.
significant about it, or if it's just good old mead.
It's just good old mead.
You reckon you've got about a week's left to let it settle and add any final flavorings that you would like to. But
In a week's time, this is going to knock you on your ass.
You're on.
Let's do it.
Lovely. You pop it away. Anything else?
Do you do anything?
No. Gets up, ready to go. Ready.
Cool. You not praying a Haverin today?
No, I had a little meditate last night, but I was just tired. I just kind of went to
Okay.
sleep. So I'll do it later.
Cool. May he watch over us? Haverin a good time.
Yep.
You saddle your horses. You hitch the wagon. You set yourselves back on the path. And you continue your journey northward to the Wanahl Range. You reckon you've got about a day's travel before you reach the base of these mountains. And the road is becoming more and more arduous. You can start to gather why people don't usually trek this particular route, because already your horses are being slowed by the natural incline of the landscape as it creeps up and up and up, and more trees pass you, patches of woodland that start to grow a little bit denser and thicker in places, though you've all seen far greater expanses of woodland purely by being in the vicinity of the Eternity Forest. But the landscape starts to grow before you. The hills as well surrounding you are still towering above you. The pathways you are taking are much lower, and you can see these sometimes there are sheer cliff faces of stone where there has been a landslide, and you can see this dark black stone scree slope occasionally dotting about, and it breaks up this sort of green and brown with these flashes of much darker, craggier stone, occasionally spattered with lichen that's growing on there, giving it a flash of white or orange or yellow. And it's beautiful here. It is serene, and you would love to allow yourself to feel at peace were it not for the fact that you know that this can still be a very dangerous world. Can I get a marching order, please?
I'll be up front again.
Oh, do we want to do the same marching order as before?
Yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah?
I'm a little bit more confident, so I will be with Siggy at the back.
Siggy at the back. So I've got Willow, Tony, Carriage, Cricket, and Siggy bringing up the rear. Fantastic stuff. You travel along in this sort of formation. Is anybody looking out for danger? Are we doing spot checks throughout the day?
Yeah, I'll keep an eye out.
By all means, give me a perception check, please. Anyone else who would like to can do.
I think I'm also trying to look a lot more casual, but I'm still looking out
Yes,
for danger.
absolutely.
That's okay, that's a 12.
12. Wonderful.
17.
17.
I was banking on you doing a good job.
At this particular point in your travel, you can't see anything in particular.
Sorry, Jack.
By all means.
When you said we were going past the nice leaves and stuff,
Yes.
I think if there's any particular leaf that looks
particularly bright or colourful or out of the ordinary?
At this time of the year, there's bright greens, but there's not a lot of differentiations in colour. The most that you'd find is probably a copper beech tree with these dark red leaves.
I just know Nakani always went and picked up leaves, and if there was one that properly stuck out, I was like, oh, that's a Nakani leaf.
I'd say you can pick a beautiful, almost metallic looking copper beech leaf. It's so shiny, it's this dark, deep wine coloured leaf. And that is, unfortunately, the most colour that you can find.
Sounds gorgeous.
Just as
What do
you
call
are
it?
travelling along.
A thingy beach.
Copper beech.
A copper beach.
Even though it's not coppery at all. But such is the name. And you continue forwards. With those perception checks, you can occasionally see large creatures flying off in the distance, potentially a griffin or a hippogriff. You do actually see up towards one of the higher peaks of the Wanahl range, way away, so you do still feel secure, this two-legged, two-winged, long-necked creature circle and then disappear behind one of them. It looks somewhat wyvern-ish, and that does start your heart beating ever so slightly faster.
Does it look, after having a wee gander through the Wyvern book, is it too far away to know?
It would be too far away to do so. You can tell it's a wyvern. In fact, you specifically can tell it's a wyvern because of reading that book. You would need to get much closer to discern what subspecies it is, unfortunately.
No.
What you do actually see across the river, wandering through the trees, you can see an owlbear.
Oh.
It's a single owlbear. And
Maybe it's the one we put to sleep.
It's not seemingly noticed you. Just looks around. I fucking know.
I remember you.
It doesn't seem to have noticed your party as you're not making too much of a ruckus. And there is also the river to disguise your horses.
Clip clop, clip clop, clip clop, clip clop.
But it is just meandering.
Cool. I'll just send my findings back. Just be careful, there's an owlbear to the right, there's something flying that looks like a wyvern up ahead. Just keep your voice down, no songs right now. Tell us a poem instead.
Are we under trees? Is it covered?
This particular section is not covered. There are trees around you, though. Are you looking to try and find a more sheltered...
No, I'm just happy to know that shelter is close by.
Shelter is close by. You can see that there are still patches of this woodland around. And you actually make your way towards an expanse of the river that is level with the ground now. It widens out into not quite as large as a lake, but it is a flash of water that sort of has expanded outwards. And in the centre there is even a small outcropping with a number of thin, whippy-looking silver birch trees that are just trying to grow out on this little outcropping. The day continues. You are fairly unencumbered. Alzava and Barbara are the ones who are actually leading you this way. They are navigating you through the path. Although it is somewhat visible on the ground, they keep you on track should you stray too far. No, I'm so sorry. We're actually turning right around here and we'll be able to reach the foothills a little bit easier, and that is where the path will take us. Now, when we are in the mountains, obviously I hope that you always have your wits about you, but definitely do so. The terrain itself is treacherous, and it's not as easygoing as what we've had so far, and there are still beasts in the mountains that can take a fancy to our
steeds, let alone ourselves. So, heads on a swivel. Yes. I'm sure we'll be fine. I do have the utmost faith in you all. But yes.
We'll take care of you, don't worry.
No, I very much believe you, Master Dwarf. Yes, I'm very grateful that we approached you for your help, and should we reach Tilly Creek unscathed, believe you me, I shall do everything in my power to make sure you are taken care of in the city. Lodgings and food, I will pull in what strings I can with my friends. You've done us a great service. This is wonderful. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I kind of want to sidle up to old Alzavar, actually, and just be like, what's your business in Tilly Creek?
I am a merchant. I travel to various places. Usually it is Dolomus, and I purchase and trade what I can. I mean, the basics are lumber and stone, as you've seen, and Dolomus is a fantastic place to gather lumber. Usually, I mean, as I said, there was a little interruption in the lumber supply, but usually it's plentiful, and we in Tilly Creek would prefer to import lumber and such things, and thus we can actually preserve the river tree woods that surrounds the city. So I import what I can, but mainly it's lumber and stone.
I see. You
Yes.
live in Tilly Creek?
I do. Me and Barbara, we live in Tilly Creek. We have for as long as I can remember, to be honest. Yes.
Excellent. Do you have a comfortable life?
Yes, I believe so. I mean, it's hard work in the sense that we're on the road a lot, and so when we are in Tilly Creek, we try and take advantage of the little things, the comforts, the material things that we might not get on the road. As I said, because we travel a lot, but the money that we do earn, it keeps us ticking on.
Good.
Yes.
I don't suppose you heard of any incidents in Tilly Creek recently that might catch our attention?
I mean, I've not been in Tilly Creek in a couple of weeks, so recently I wouldn't know. I'm sorry. Yes.
Okay.
Why? What? How recent?
A couple of Lexinauts ago, I think. Maybe, I don't know, just curious, I guess.
No, I don't think I've heard of much. I mean, the most, how do I put this? The most kerfuffle you might find in Tilly Creek is if the mayor of the city will host one of his many parties. But
What was his name again?
bear with me 1 second. I do have this. So sorry. Let me double check my
That's a long name.
notes.
No, I am not.
You're not this guy.
No.
When you give it a
Yeah, when did you drop the disguise?
Huh?
When did you drop the disguise?
I had been assuming that you were still using the Mask of Disguise because you set out in Dolomus as Cure. So because you have your Mask of Disguise, you can now just do it at will.
Oh, I forgot. Okay, yeah. I will say maybe after Alzavar and Barbara went to sleep, I would have dropped the disguise because I was fussing with my hair and stuff. But yeah, maybe otherwise I've been in disguise this whole time. Yeah.
Because you didn't give your name.
I just didn't disguise my voice.
You didn't disguise your voice.
Yeah.
That's fine. Yep. Mayor Barkwood. We know him as.
I see.
He lives up at the Barkwood Manor, and he likes to have nights of revelry with the nobles of the city.
We should go.
See. Would I know this already?
Yes.
Yeah.
You would know that the mayor is called Lord Killian Barkwood.
Spell like Killian Murphy.
Killian.
It's Killian Murphy. It's Cillian Barkwod. Barkwood. He is the Lord of Tilly Creek, and he lives at Barkwood Manor.
Mm-hmm.
Are there any
Sounds
other?
exotic.
Is there a lot of nobility in Tillycrook?
Well, yes, there's a fair amount, but there's a fair amount of nobility in any city I've visited.
I see. You ever have dealings with them?
Not with the nobles specifically, more of the guildmasters or the craftsmen that would be hired by said nobles. Then they will come to me and I can supply them with materials or something like that. So, not directly, no.
Yeah, I like to hobnob with hoity-toity people sometimes. I'm just curious.
No, but hey, by all means, the company you keep is your business, and I shall not judge you for it. But yes, I mean, don't get me wrong. Lord Barkwood is a lovely mayor. He keeps the people happy. I mean, you'll probably see him wandering about the city at certain points of the day. He does like to go out and about. It's not like he secludes himself in his manor at all times. So you will probably see him at some point, if not meet him yourself. But yes.
Is he? Would Siggy know that this Lord Barkwood guy is a pretty genial guy? Kind of. Do I know the measure of him? Because
From your somewhat brief meetings with him, because you were only really talking business, he seemed like a fairly cheery, merry halfling man. He is short, ever so slightly rotund, slight rosy cheeks, a bit of dappling of brown scruff along the jawline. That's about all you'll know from your recent brief interaction. Sorry, should I say? But he was very pleasant to speak to.
Pleasantly so.
Sorry, no, it's alright.
You have to go to a party and poison him.
I'm just nosy. How did you and Barbara meet?
Me and Barbara.
Oh.
I love a good love story.
Inside.
Well,
Wait, are you talking about how you met?
well, I tell you what. If everybody wants to know, this evening I will tell you that story. Yes, round the campfire. Save us telling it on the road.
Agreed.
Okay.
What?
We're talking about love stories, Cricket.
How they met?
Yay.
All right, sure.
He was very sweet.
Oh,
And
bet
it
he
is a
was.
lovely story.
Bet he was.
We will sit you down, and if you really want to know how we met, we can tell you.
Oh, beautiful.
Would you
wasn't too
mind?
sweet.
I'm something of a storyteller, so if we were to go through the story, would you mind if I take some notes?
Really? You'd want to tell of us?
I'd be honored.
Christopher.
Right.
It's gonna be like Tinder.
I
A
may.
bard singing
picked up
of
the
our little lovers story.
I may embellish somewhat, but yeah, the facts will.
I've never met a bard who didn't, my dear. All right?
So that's supposed to be.
Oh, she's been around. Alzheimer, were you a bard?
Yes, queen.
Me? Not at all. No, I have no talents with musical instruments, nor lyrics, nor song. I have left that to others far more talented than myself.
No embellishment there.
That can change.
I bet.
Are you going to teach me? Do you play
no.
musical
Oh my gosh, she's
instruments?
got a beautiful voice.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I
Let's
tell
hear
you
it.
what. I tell you what, Cricket. After we tell our tale of how we met, Tony, why don't you give us a little song?
I'm
Yes.
sorry, she sings in worship. It's like the angels
Really?
come down from above.
Oh well, then maybe a guided prayer or something.
Yeah.
Whatever you feel
Oh my
comfortable
god, yeah,
with.
yeah. That
totally
is happening. I
fantastic.
can't wait. I
You've
can't
been
wait.
hiding this from me the entire time. I thought I was the one picking up the heavy lifting with the singing and the dancing and the whatnot.
Then I give you inspiration just for giving me that gift.
You never know what you're gonna get.
Maybe a couple of minutes after this, I'm gonna trot up to Tony.
Oh.
And I'm gonna say, "Hey Tony,
Hello.
you're cynical, aren't
Nah, she's fucking sunshine and roses.
Just a little bit.
you?" Sure. Are you cynical enough to
turn a love story into a bet?
I'm listening.
I got silver here. Who do you think kissed who first?
I think he fell for her way before she fell for him.
Oh, she's the backbone.
Yeah.
I think she makes her own decisions.
Yeah.
You saying him?
Hmm?
You
Yes.
saying him? Well, I'm saying her.
Okay. How much?
I'll hold up a little silver. I'll just twinkle it in the sunshine.
Do I have a
I raise you.
I didn't say anything. Like butter mudden.
Let's just jump back in on that one.
Pick up.
Reset.
I don't even know what I was trying to say.
No, butter wouldn't melt.
That's the one.
There you go.
What she said.
A
I'm glad I don't need to talk.
It's like
You pull out a silver. I look at it in disgust. And I part of gold.
I look at it in disgust.
Do it.
Pull out a platinum.
Yes!
A part of platinum.
Oh my god, where have you guys got all this money from? Where's
Do I
my
have a
money?
platinum?
Maybe a platinum, actually. Yeah.
And I will like do a little dink of them together.
Oh no. Yeah, I have loads.
Alright.
Sure.
That'll be something fun to look forward to.
That's fun.
You guys taking bets over there?
Jack's hardly writing down this love story to see.
No, I'm making a note of what you've bet.
After that bard comment. Come on, Barbara. Come on.
She's
Got it.
Come on,
She's
Barbara.
absolutely got it.
Back in there, she was Barbara.
Oh, very good, very good.
Can I have inspiration?
Not at all. Like the hustle.
ask for it.
The rest of your day unfolds undisturbed. And it is late evening. Early evening as the sky is starting to darken, where Alzabeth and Barbara tell you now is probably a good place to stop. As you can see, you are now at the base of the Wanahl Range.
Oh no.
These towering terminations just extend up into the sky above you. And you know that this is not the largest mountain range in Ilthansia, and yet you cannot imagine how any mountain range could be bigger. These mountains seem massive, certainly to the likes of you two as well.
We're small.
I was going to say, you are small. Then again, this is not the tallest group of people. I believe
No,
you
it's
are
really
the
not.
tallest.
I'm like 5'7".
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm 5'6".
5'8" with
That's
heels.
5'7" is plenty, thank you very much.
That is over
I'm
double.
really small.
I'm going to move you on very quickly
rest of me
before
go, "Oh, good."
Dewi gets offended. These mountains extend upwards, and at the very top, maybe 5% of the entire mountain, there is just a dusting of snow that is a stark contrast to the dark black of the stone. The trees that are dotted about and litter the very base of the mountains, you can see come to a very quick stop. There are some pockets of scrub brush and other sorts of hardy plant life that are growing on the base of the mountain, but the further up you go, the less plant life you see, and this greyish black stone starts to overtake the landscape.
Passes like a shrub.
You watch yourself. It just blows in the breeze away from you.
We're all like,
The
what?
trees are shivering as we walk past.
They all just... You find a small secluded area off the beaten path that is open but surrounded by trees. And that is where you start to settle down for your night's rest. And I believe that is the perfect opportunity.
You don't know the backstory.
We can do it now if you want. We can do it now if you
One
want.
twist, so one turns.
Tune in for our
I thought
TikTok.
that would be the perfect opportunity
it
to
is,
open
it
up
is.
next
I'm
episode.
joking.
But if you want to call my bluff as a DM, I'll give it to you right now.
No, it's fine. We'll give you some
Go.
time to
If you
write.
head over to our TikTok, you'll now see a video of Jack doing this. How do gnomes have sex?
I tell you what, I will be scribbling the surprise encounter that I'm going to launch onto you at the beginning of next episode.
And Alzheimer just opens their mouth. Next slit. Go on.
No,
I
that's
think we will leave it there, and we can open up with the story of Alziver and Barbara.
The ballad of Alzheimer.
Well, it will
The
be when
soon to
you
be.
tell it, my dear.
It will be.
So thank you very much to Willow
Oh my
for a
goodness me.
complete
Lordy Lord.
curveball of RP. Thank you to Cricket as well for some beautiful RP at the very beginning. Thank you to Sigismund for asking a little bit of backstory about some NPCs. I'm very excited to share that. And asking a little bit of information about Tilly Creek as well. I'm glad I can start dropping that in. I'm excited for you to get there. And thank you to
I'm not
Tony
terrified.
as well for keeping me on my toes and sending messages to Matthew and Nakani.
Send it! Yay!
As per
She
usual,
got
thank you very much to you at home for watching. Please join us next time where the players keep listening to Alziver and Barbara tell their tale of love and romance. But for now, adventurers, keep on keeping on. Peace and love. Good night.
Bye.